welcome to the middle of E3 2019. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Mark Augustiniak.
Hey there.
Matt Sellner.
Hello.
Day 2, day 1, I don't know what day it is. They call
Technically
it
0.
Yeah, fuck that. It's day 2.
-1 was yesterday.
Yeah. It's the middle. That's why we call it the middle.
And then EA
Because we're
were
counting the
gates
show
of
floor
hell.
stuff.
Yeah. We don't count the show floor because we're not at the show floor. Here's what we count. We count
The press conference.
Ubisoft. We count Inside Xbox, because that was longer than Xbox's press conference. And
Clarity on that, or more clarity inside of that for some stuff.
some stuff, yeah. And then we
PC
got
game show.
we did watch that. Jesus Christ, I forgot that was today.
All right.
I thought
There was
that
some actual decent stuff in there.
there was cool stuff, but that was like 17 hours long. Like I think we stopped recording this morning. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Square Enix wrapped up the night, which we're kind of coming off the heels of in the last hour or so. But if you're hearing this, you're hearing it, at least 8 hours after Square wrapped up. And you've had time to process it. And you probably had even more time to process Ubisoft. Well, you want to talk about the PC stuff? What did they do? Was there anything cool at the PC press conference? Vampire 2 looks fucking rad.
You saw more of that, though, I feel like, at the Xbox one.
I think they showed a lot of it during the PC thing. I had just turned it on late, but I think they showed
that
the
was the
same
first
kind of
thing.
yeah.
Chivalry 2.
Don't remember that.
Chivalry's
Yeah.
Medieval Warfare. I couldn't think of the subtitle.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, that was something I played on PC.
That's a
once
fun
or
game.
twice.
Oh yeah, you were stoked about it.
Off the heels of Mordhau, though, I feel like,
Hmm.
yeah. I'm trying to think. It's like the Baldur's Gate guys were like, "We'll tell you when it's ready to go, guys."
Yeah. But that seemed fine.
There was Auto Chess. That was
It was a surprise.
Yeah. Epic
So-
Games.
the
Yeah.
people that made Auto Chess
Mhm.
and the Dota client
Mm-hmm.
said, "All right, we're gonna do our own mobile game," and they seemed to be cool with the split, according to both like PR press releases about it.
Yeah.
And Dota was like, "We're gonna do our own thing on PC.
Mm.
They're gonna do their own thing on mobile."
Mm.
And then today, those people on mobile are also doing something on PC, but for the Epic Games Store.
Yeah.
One game, one new genre, it just got real fucking weird.
Smart on Epic to move in and snatch that up when they could, though.
Why not?
Do you think that's why the agreement couldn't be come upon? Because that was the thing in the Valve press release. Is like
Maybe.
we couldn't find a way to work together. Is that because Epic offered them different terms, or I don't know? It's weird.
I bet they were both invited to like a knife fight, and then they just came to like an
Yeah.
agreement on something.
Gabe versus Tim Sweeney. Just
Handcuffed to each other.
let's talk about Ubisoft. I guess we'll bounce around. Mark, I started with you last night. Matt, I'm going to start with you tonight. What did you walk away from Ubisoft super stoked about?
I got two things besides the obvious one. I think what the star of the show, Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs, I think, is the star of the show.
Well, don't discount the Assassin's Creed Symphony.
That's 6 minutes long. I made note of that too.
Yeah.
No, two things. I really, they're playing to that Rocket League audience with the Roller Champions game.
Yeah, that's a very Matt game.
I'm very curious to check that out. It seems like I'll be able to play that in the next couple of days here. So
yeah, should be out now.
Alpha between June 10th and June 14th.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to play that a little bit. And then, did I make a prediction, or did I write it down and not say it out loud? Rainbow Six. Instead of doing an event co-op, they decided just to make
Announced
a fucking
7 games. Oh, what?
Rainbow Six.
Yeah,
Not Tom Clancy.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, that Quarantine.
I don't think it was a prediction. I don't remember you saying it was maybe it was an annual one you made or something. Or
I had it written down. I don't know if I said it as one of like the wild card ones. Yeah. I really like that event they did pretty much the last time I was in Rainbow Six a while ago, a year and a half maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a while. But yeah, they did that weird alien co-op, Left 4 Dead-esque thing.
I forget what they called that. Extraction? Was that what it was in that
I don't remember
game?
what it was.
Abduction.
That would have been smart.
But yeah, they seem to be making a full-fledged game, which is cool.
It's Oswald's birthday. He's a little excited, you know.
Happy birthday.
Well, kayfabe it's tomorrow, but okay, all right. Yeah, Mark, what was the big one for you besides Just Dance 2020 coming to Wii?
Damn, took that from me. I mean, all of it was just kind of the same to me, but I think the most interesting was Watch Dogs. I mean, I'm still kind of excited, not excited, but I'm still interested in that Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Is that what it's called?
The one with Punisher?
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant the dog. I mean, wait, what? Not Keanu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this at the presentation, that didn't like win me over because that was stuff I've already seen. But the only difference is that they broke up the trailer to have had to have John talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it went back into the trailer, like the same trailer.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah,
but no, what we saw a couple weeks ago was definitely more about that game.
There was something like last week or like 2 weeks ago where it was that trailer, but they added more. Like they teased more gameplay. Yeah. Where you had because they showed 4 players. Like the guy with the beard and the baseball cap was like hiding behind a tree and was talking to his friends, and then your friends' screens you could see on your screen, like picture in picture, so you could see all 3 of them.
I think I saw that.
So I don't know if that was like a gameplay feature or not, but But that seemed like a cool thing. Other than that, yeah, I mean.
Oh, you know what? They did that at the Stadia thing, and I feel like that was the way they were gonna talk about how with Stadia you're kind of playing, because remember they had that thing of like.
So it's just like a Stadia exclusive feature.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know how they do that.
That's a cool concept.
Because that was that whole big pitch with Stadia back when it was revealed was you'd be able to do shit like that because you're not processing any of it on your local machine, so they could pipe in you and your friends' gameplay to one screen and just watch what you're. I think that was the idea. So I don't know if that's Stadia or they didn't go into detail on that.
That's true. Yeah, I guess Watch Dogs did seem the most interesting.
I'm scrolling through the list and like literally the only thing I'm walking out of here like.
I mean,
look, Finn and Jake come into the Brawlhalla is cool because I like Adventure Time, but that game was not fun when I tried it.
You didn't like the Terminator tease for Ghost Recon?
Oh, fuck, I forgot that happened.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I am kind of curious about Mythic Quest.
But it's a TV show.
I know, but it's still at this thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to talk video games, yeah. Ghost Recon.
I'm excited about Mythic Quest as well. Like, it was something when it was first like announced that Rob McElhenney and Charlie Day were going to work with Apple to make a show. It was like, okay, cool. And it was like tangentially announced in like a press release, like they're partnering up with Apple to make a show about video games. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. Sounds good. And then to see this is what it is, like, that was cool. Yeah. But
Yeah. For video games, though.
I was like,
definitely Watch Dogs. And I wasn't like, me and Watch Dogs is just kind of weird. Like it was never like really on my radar.
Yeah.
Like first one had a cool concept. I was like, all right, this is pretty interesting.
And we heard so much like kind of like meh about the first one that I never.
And that kind of, for me, that kind of lingered on into 2, and then until you showed what it can do, and like even then I was like, that's cool. Like I respect it. I'm not gonna trash on it, but at the same time, I'm just like, just not feeling it at the moment. This made me like, all right. Shit's happening now.
This is cool.
I'm feeling different things from it.
And I think that's why they went with Watch Dogs Legion instead of Watch Dogs 3. To just shave the back of that thing and move forward.
3 is kind of in there.
Yeah, a little bit.
The E is... but yeah, that's...
and we got a little more clarification hearing from Giant Bomb, who got to go see the game, a demo being played, a little bit more about how they wrote it and how they're weaving all that stuff together. But it seems like you're jumping from NPC to NPC, but there's different character classes, and then there's a single narrative that's being written, but they wrote it so many different ways so that the script can be passed off from character type to character type with voice modulation to make it seem like a different...
And it's a cool way to... Like, for them, it's probably easier to not have a story focus around one character and try to make them important, or whoever, throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
This one, you can just jump between whoever. They probably don't have much of a background. Like, they probably do, but, like, not that deep, you know what I mean? But you could probably get super attached to them still. Like, you might have a favorite character you don't want to lose, and then something happens.
And there's permadeath, right? Like, that's cool.
But, like, they, you say there's not much of a background, but they did say, like, each of these characters, NPCs, are going to have an origin story or origin mission. And, like, that reminds me a lot of Mass Effect 2 and how important those missions were to building your team for like this final mission or whatever, right?
Yeah. I guess I just meant in terms of like they're not connected with like the past 2 games or not. There's not all this.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you hear
so there's little
right?
things like you heard a lot of DedSec. You heard,
but like
you saw
I think you
OS.
get right because they want you to experience the origin. They want you to get it from the start. So I think that's good that you can just hop in with that.
I'm sure there will be a little 2-minute thing inside that game of like recently, or not recently in Watch Dogs, but like the city has been taken over.
They'll probably touch on
now
like,
spread to
events.
London, and now London has fallen.
Because that's kind of how 2 started. Was like, hey, this shit went down in Chicago, and now it's moved its way over to San Francisco, and they had a very Facebook-like corporation who was kind of behind all this stuff. And
I do like the different setting.
Yeah,
I like that's not in America.
I'm excited to see how they fuck with like our modern conventions again, like seeing some of the stuff they did where they would like, I don't like the one side mission you had, I have to go back for the specifics, but it was something like you were breaking into like an insurance, like a health insurance place who was like colluding with the security camera manufacturers to buy the footage of everyone's security cameras to see them like smoking cigarettes and ordering pizzas and raise their life insurance rates up. Like it was shit like that. And you're like, yeah, that probably is not too far off from what's happening. But
yeah,
I want to see more of that kind of. That was the stuff about Watch Dogs that fascinated me because it's
makes
so.
You think.
It's like watching Black Mirror where you're like, oh shit, we're just like one bad day away from this. Like it's there.
Did but then when you talk about the camera company, like did shit like all around the city, like did that impact the world at any point or not really? It just kind of fed into the
that particular mission I remember was like feeding into the greater narrative, the bigger narrative behind kind of like the Zuckerberg-esque people,
the Big Brother.
Because that's I think with all the NPCs, well I guess not NPCs, being
right
PCs,
yeah. With all these PCs, that sounds weird too. Yeah, with all like the characters you can play as or whatever, right? Like I also want it to be like these side quests also impact the world. I always think of GTA 5 where there was these moments in GTA 5 that you could play the stock market and the fucking stock market dipped and rose whenever these major events happen in the story. And I kind of want to see, like, I think Watch Dogs could do that very well done the right way. Yeah.
Especially in this kind of scenario with this setting and everything. It's kind of disappointing to see guns. We'd heard a rumor there were no guns in this.
Yeah. I still think it might be a class-focused thing.
I mean, and it's probably optional.
I hope so.
Like, you might get a gun, but you don't have to.
But then, like, I don't know. Like, if you feel that adamant about it, you could just have, like, your one dude as your gunman, like your henchman, but you keep your other people just your hackers. But because it got
to a point in Watch Dogs 2 where there were certain missions where it was like, you can't fucking do this without a gun. They forced you to level up your gun tree.
Okay.
It was like,
I think what I'm gonna do with it, with each character, if I feel that they want to use it, I'm gonna make I'm gonna try to role play each character. Where it's like this person would probably use a gun, but not be murderous about it.
Yeah, no,
like shoot the limbs,
or
something. Yeah, very Batman-like. Where like you make them hurt but you don't kill them, or make somebody like you might have a gun but they don't seem the type to use a gun. They'll be a scenario. They'll die.
So
I could shoot a drone.
Yeah.
So the John Wick cosplay has not worked in Rage. So I'm gonna try to bring this here.
You might, yeah.
And then I'm gonna have my fucking John Wick on my team. I'm gonna have like this Halle Berry character that's like she wants to get out of it, but she can do it whenever she needs to. And then I'm gonna have fucking John Wick's grandma run the whole show.
Oh yeah. I was joking. I was gonna have just only elderly people.
Yeah. The Golden Girl.
And then they're gonna be called Dial Up. But DIE-L.
It's a subsect.
You're one like well-read community post away from being picked up by Ubisoft to make that shit. Like
I just gotta make it public.
Anything else out of Ubi that was worth talking about?
No,
a lot of it was updates to existing games, which kind of says a lot about where Ubisoft has positioned itself. It was For Honor, Rainbow Six.
You heard the Wii.
Division 2, we heard the Wii.
That's not the only console we thought was dead that we heard today at some point. Yeah, heard, but saw.
But yeah, a lot of things being added to Ubisoft games. And then we did see that subscription service, Uplay Plus.
Right.
100 plus games on the platform, $14.99 a month. Starts in September, coming to Stadia in 2020. Thoughts, feelings, reactions? You buying it?
Not my field.
Yeah. I mean, it's Uplay's kind of Game Pass, right?
Yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah,
I just, it's like EA Origin, or is that what it is?
Exactly.
Like or Access, or All Access.
EA All Access.
These are all good for
Inside
people
Origin.
who are first time dipping in to like serious gaming. I feel like if you don't really own consoles or
that or
whatever, like that's all I see these things as.
I don't know. Like I don't mind
the most. Like that's what comes to mind first.
Yeah.
There's something to the caveat with all these is like they're trying to look for a revenue stream. They're hoping that like once you sign up, you don't hit the cancel button, but you're totally in control of the cancel button month to month. And if you remember to do that, you could play Tom Clancy, For Honor, Rainbow Six, and The Division 2, like, you know, focus on a game for each week, which would be what, a $240 to $180 experience for $15. And you just have to remember the cancel button. That's all.
Right. Yeah. And I guess it all depends on your play habits.
It's exactly. Like I wouldn't mind. Like, if this game, Roller Champions, is cool and I want to play it and I know I'm going to drop off in a month, like, I wouldn't mind spending $15 and maybe fucking around with, like, the next season of Rainbow Six again or, you know, whatever. Right? So, I don't mind that as an option. It's just, it's important if you get sucked into it doing $15 a year and you're just throwing them $15 and you're not playing anything, then, yeah, that's the sucky part about this. But if you're conscious.
Yeah. True.
I still think the Xbox One is the better way to go.
I agree.
If you have the option, but
yeah. Last thing I'll say about Ubisoft to kind of close out. Watch Dogs not until 2020.
A lot of these, man, stacking up.
That's fine. It's not the Avengers, which we'll get to in a second here, but I do want one other thing. I like how the Division 2 just pretty much came out and said thank you for not making their launch rough, because I can't think of the last Ubisoft game that had a smooth launch.
Yeah.
We didn't see The Crew. Keep that in mind.
Fuck, I forgot that game came out.
You didn't see The Crew. For Honor started off rough. Rainbow Six back in the day started off rough.
What about Trials? Does that count?
Huh. I'm surprised they didn't have like a thing.
Or is that like too like low budget of a thing?
No, but
I mean they had Trials and stage.
That seems like something they would want to stick behind it. And
yeah,
I'm surprised we didn't see anything from that.
Maybe they just didn't have anything big enough. I don't know. But like even Wildlands, like,
or save something for Gamescom, maybe that was the deal.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of these things, but you know, Xbox and PlayStation probably doing a thing every month now. It's not hard to make an appearance on something just to show off your game.
Yeah, E3's different this year.
It's just I'm really surprised by the lack of Rayman lately.
Yeah, I was gonna say like there was no Nintendo thing. You know, the last 2 years we've had Rabbids, then Starlink.
Like Rabbids replaced Rayman, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and like after those two last games, like Origins and Legends did so well.
Yeah, like I love those games. Like they look great, they play great. Like they had a nice.
Maybe we see something
world to it
today with Nintendo.
I mean, honestly, I doubt it,
but there's there's like a Ubisoft live stream of a Rayman Origins or something. Like it's like if you watch it during their stream, you get Rayman for free. Like Origins, you get it for.
It's weird, huh?
I mean, you say that, but then also we just said 3 minutes ago that Watch Dogs is coming in March, and we're disappointed by that, right? Like if it's not ready, like I think we're past that point now. Like if you're going to see it again at E3, I don't think you're going to talk about it at that E3, right? I think now you're going to see it at E3 or a conference before the next big thing.
I just mean like it's just been it's been a lot of years since
and maybe it's
they've
just
done
not
anything
ready.
with
Maybe
Rayman.
Maybe it did that.
I think Rayman was 2014. That last one, the one on Wii U, where it first debuted, and then it went to everything.
How long ago has it been since the last Ori? And that seemingly kept getting delayed, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just saying, like maybe that kind of game.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't have the creative direction for it yet, or just level design. Like I don't know.
You ain't wrong.
But
bro.
I rather like if Splinter Cell is a 2021 game, I'm glad I didn't see it here, and I'd rather wait until next year.
I think it was just like the tone of it all. It was just like the direction was mostly shooters this time around. It wasn't like a variety.
It was a ton. It was.
Yeah.
I know I joked about last year with the Smash Direct at E3. It was the Tom Clancy conference at E3.
It really fucking was, man. I do want to, before we pivot over to Inside Xbox, I do want to thank Matt for getting notes ready for the next 5 years of Ubisoft press conferences.
Of course.
Getting that laid out.
Bored during that Just Dance, and I figured
every
it's prep
release
for
of Just Dance. While I try and find the recap from Xbox, Inside Xbox, I did last night dick around a little bit with that Xbox Game Pass on personal computer.
How
you
was
did
that?
too, right?
I did not do a lot of it. I pretty much clicked install on a couple games and left for here because I ran into a couple weird things that I wasn't expecting to run into.
Oh, wait.
I just had to update my computer. I didn't realize I was so far behind.
Yeah, no, so it was cool. The new Xbox app on PC kind of puts all of your games in one spot. Rather than having to like pin them to the start menu or make desktop shortcuts, it's all in the Xbox app, kind of like cleanly on the left-hand side as little icons. And then it's got a
Very
Game Pass
Battle.net-y.
tab. Very Battle.net, yeah. It's got a Game Pass tab, and then it's got a social tab, and I think
Watch.
I forget the other one. I don't remember. The social one lets you bounce between your friends list and your conversations. I forget the third. Is it Mixer? Is it a Mixer?
It might be. I mean, it makes sense. Xbox, Mixer.
I can't remember. But it was neat. I think the Game Pass selection on PC right now is pretty good. Like
For launch, yeah.
For launch, I was like, oh shit, I don't have to buy the Messenger on Switch because you've been talking that up since last year, obviously, and
Dude,
I knew eventually I'd get to it, and it was like, well, shit, now I got it. I don't have to worry.
It's
about
got a good bit of good bit of indie stuff, but if you're looking for the big sexy AAA game, Wolfenstein 2 is right there.
Yeah, on PC.
And
Like
Wolfenstein 2 delivers, and not one of those mediocre ones. Metro's
ready to go, which was surprising because that was that whole Epic Games Store debacle thing where like it was on Steam, they sold it, and then like 2 months before or like a month before it came out, like, yo, we out. And then that was interesting.
we saw Shenmue 3 at the PC Game Show.
Did we? I'm not convinced. Yeah, that's another mess.
That's coming to Epic Games.
Like Ben pre-ordered that, or Ben backed the Kickstarter way back when, and was saying that he backed it to get the physical version of the Steam release, which would give him like a Steam code and whatever collector's box thing or whatever. And on Twitter, it was stated that everyone who did that is now going to get an Epic Games Store code instead.
Fuck.
Which, at the end of the day, whatever. But
Yeah.
you know, I get that. Like, I know there's the both sides of the whole thing, but you know, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I like Game Pass on PC. It was cool. I dicked around with some Slay the Spire.
Yeah, I didn't play anything. I just clicked install, and then, like I said, I left. But
Slay the Spire is pretty cool. Card game, roguelike. Bless you. You build your deck the further along you go through the like world map.
Oh yeah, that's the RPG where you use cards to battle.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. What else did I download? I don't even remember, but it's neat. Neat start to the Xbox story on PC.
Let me say, I don't know if I actually did take a little bit of notes during that inside. If you want them, it's not much. It was pretty much just like the order.
I've got the press release, so fill in if I missed something here. This is not necessarily an order of everything they announced, but Inside Xbox happened today and actually provided quite a bit of clarity and a bit more depth into some things we saw at yesterday's E3 briefing.
There was a couple new things as well.
Yeah, a couple new. What did we see that we didn't see yesterday? Like
the Surge 2.
Surge 2, which is what type of game was that?
That's that Souls-like game. It's like kind of like more in that cyberpunk-ish,
wastelandish
theme.
as well, like hybrid.
Yeah. Perfect Terminator appearance if you want to do that.
We saw Phoenix Point, the new game from creator of XCOM or someone who would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looked really, really rad.
We saw Masquerade on Xbox.
Right.
I don't think that was there.
That's cool.
Yeah, that wasn't there yesterday. Yeah. So Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
I want to say that was the last one.
I
stopped my notes at the backwards compatible point.
Did they say that was Xbox or was it just Game Pass to PC?
Vampire?
Yeah.
I don't remember them mentioning Game Pass in regards to that one.
Yeah, I guess they would have said those words quite clearly, even in the trailer.
They in that idea at Xbox Sizzle Reel, they did kind of group in some more games that we had saw yesterday, like good examples, Blair Witch into that.
Yeah, because that was not in the ID Sizzle Reel yesterday, but was in this one, and then of course,
and then end it with coming to Game Pass. So
that's cool.
We saw I think yesterday we closed out a little bit kind of down on Halo Infinite, and then today we got another look at that trailer through the eyes of, was it the creative director or?
That sounds right.
Probably.
I feel like everything at this E3 has just been,
or
and here's the creative director.
Or the studio head.
Studio head. They don't list it here at all. But yeah, whoever it was.
It was definitely a director's commentary.
Right. Someone from 343 came out to elaborate on the Halo Infinite trailer. Chris Lee is the guy's name. I don't know what he is. How do you feel about Halo Infinite after that? Better, worse, same?
Same.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the direction that's going in narratively. I think that was always one of Halo's stronger points.
Yeah.
So.
I think a solid day of it has kind of left me a little better, because yesterday I was kind of like, I kind of wish we would have seen whatever, and I'm like, all right, no, the game's not out until fucking 18 months from now, so this makes sense, I guess.
I'm trying to see what they could have replaced it with.
Yeah.
But I really feel like they should have never showed it last year. I would be so much happier today
if this was the first trailer we saw for that.
And if they were like, and launch it on Scarlet.
Because that's a way, like, that was a way to reveal Master Chief. That was better than showing him without him holding the helmet.
And then he could have cut the 2 trailers. What he could have did a tease we got last year.
Yeah.
With like the weird
cryptic
stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then someone comes on stage and is like, pulls her dick out.
Yeah.
Halo, Infinite, coming to Project Scarlet.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And we're going to leave you with this. And then it's the intro.
Yeah, take a look at our first peek at the narrative for Halo Infinite.
Look at gameplay on Project Scarlet using our new Skydrop.
That's
engine.
exactly all that, note for note, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Between Wii U to Switch.
Yeah.
And what they tease like a 10-second thing.
Yep.
I lost my shit. And then next time around, I was just like, okay.
Right, and if they'd done it all back to back and just waited, which is, it's funny because we say that, but at the same time, I'm sitting here like, where's Rocksteady?
Yeah.
But with Mortal Kombat, we didn't see Mortal Kombat until 5 months before it came out, and it was probably for the best.
That was Game Awards, right?
It was Game Awards, and the game came out in April.
So like that's the cool thing. That's something I forget to keep in mind. Like there's other events,
which was weird. I think for this E3 to see so much being pushed out in 2020.
Yeah.
But yeah,
stacking up.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you could sub in for that big punch to start the conference. Maybe Gears 5 trailer we saw later in the thing, but
yeah, they're really doubling down at Inside Xbox on like, yo, we'll show you Gears later. Like it just was a lot of.
It's their fall game. Like that's the one they're gonna lean on.
But like, I don't know, dude. Like I feel like a decade ago when we would have had a new Gears, it would have been, hey, here's 15 minutes of gameplay. We're going to show you this mission where this building's crumbling, and look at the new tech we have. It wasn't
a lot of diving in with these games.
No,
it was
not
just
in any of the conferences.
If you wanted to see, it was there, right?
Well, I guess Square kind of did it.
But like, you could have tuned in the mixer with the wrestlers, right, and seen what that Gears escape.
Yeah, maybe that's what this shit is now.
But that's the thing. It's like now you have to but usually that was shown during the press conferences. Now it's shown outside of the press, like Treehouse style. Like everything is that. It isn't bad. It just.
The one thing I kind of thought about today was...
I just think a lot of viewership goes to that.
Well, I thought about that. E3's way different and like continuing to change. It's the third year it's been a public show, and thinking through that context, I bet that a lot of the conversations happening as these shows are being built and designed is all about what do we want to show at the show? What do we want to show during the show for the people coming to it? Because you've got so many people like us, except they actually fly out there or go there and actually do that. And then they've got their YouTube channel and they're doing, hey guys, do you want to follow, like, and subscribe? Click the bell so you notify. Fuck all that shit. But you've got those people who are doing that stuff, and those are the ones they probably want to have seeing the games in a different light. Like, I'm sure they're probably going hands-on with Gears 5 on the floor, playing with Xavier Woods or whatever the fuck.
Everything just directs.
I started to think about that today, where it was like, that's probably why it seems so weird to us on the outside, because...
It's just an observation.
I mean, Ubisoft did the same thing. Rainbow Six immediately followed that.
Yeah, it rolled right into it. They did that last year too, and EA's done that in years past. It seems like that's kind of how they keep E3 relevant for now.
And it's a way, right? Like, say we get caught on the game. Like now, like there are some things where we're sitting here where we don't like the game, like us as a collective, right? And it's going on for 10 minutes or 15 minutes for gameplay. Now it's a way to just be like trailer.
Yeah.
Maybe spend 10 minutes on this thing.
Yeah.
but you don't get caught in those 15-minute segments anymore of like just 15 minutes of you don't care about something.
Right. Well, that's when our phones come out, or we're peeing for an hour, or
Yeah. Like, I don't have any.
Hey, thank goodness for finding time to pee though.
Yeah.
Like I think like the Ghost Recon stuff just seemed boring to me. I don't know if I would have lasted another 5 minutes with that.
Yeah.
In terms of E3, I think like what they showed before this event was it delivered way more entertaining, and it was more interesting to.
And maybe that's why like we're talking about this. Maybe that's why PlayStation pulled out, because they tried that last year.
Right. They tried to make a smaller show,
and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, fuck it. If it didn't work, we're out.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck. So we did get a little more clarity to dive back into Inside Xbox. Phil Spencer was on stage with one of the guys from, I guess, the social media team, Graham. I don't remember his last name, but Graham something. Talked a lot about, Graham Cracker. Talked a lot about yesterday's conference and asked for a little more clarity on certain things. And we heard more about Project X Cloud and console streaming, which when we recorded yesterday, we were under the impression that console streaming comes this fall and X Cloud comes whenever, and the console streaming was the free version and X Cloud was some sort of paid thing, right? But you need the console to start this fall. And the clarification came today that this fall is both, so you can play with your Xbox or X Cloud, all in preview and starting in October. And he was very clear to be like, look,
I think he knew there was some confusion with that yesterday.
Yeah.
It wasn't just us.
Yeah.
Because he even said, like, let me clarify.
Yeah.
He said those words, which was...
Yes. So they're both coming. If you have an Xbox already, you'll be able to do that for free. If you don't have an Xbox, or if you want to be able to, I assume, play games that are not living on your Xbox from afar, xCloud's there, but it's probably paid, or it is paid, and we don't know what that'll.
We got blades in our servers.
Yeah. I mean, he said like literally, we're gonna be. If you have an Xbox in your home, then you've got an Xbox you can stream from for free. We're gonna be putting Xboxes in our data centers to do all.
Dude, when he said blades, I thought 360.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that. You know, that kind of makes me feel like cool. I don't need xCloud. Like I can just use mine.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't know how it's gonna work. I'd be willing to try it though. Then we heard backward compatibility announcement. So we got the final wave of backward compatibility announcements for Xbox One. So these are the last things that are being done to Xbox One, because the backwards compatibility team is being moved on to make sure that everything on Xbox One is forward compatible to Project Scarlet, or rather Project Scarlet is backward compatible to all these things, which is good. It's kind of what another like thing we kind of thought we knew, but through some specific phrases, but the clarification of like,
it's a pretty big library.
Hey, we're making sure that everything you have right now is playable on Scarlet. So we got, I'm just going to read the names out because it's fun. 8 new games for original Xbox. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent.
The 360 version.
No, those are all Xbox versions.
Yeah, they said it's different from the 360 version.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
I mean, they're both out there.
Yeah. Then we got Unreal Championship 2, The Leandry Conflict, Armed and Dangerous, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, and Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. So those are all 8 original Xbox titles. Is there anything missing from original Xbox that you're like, fuck, man, I want them to put that out?
I don't know the library.
Original Xbox?
What's missing?
Not fusion friendly.
Yeah. I don't know now, because Splinter Cell was what I wanted.
Yeah. Because that was the thing you said. You're like, man, why can't they just put these out? Like 2 seconds later.
Yeah, because like a month ago, they were like, here's these 360 Splinter Cell games. I'm like, what happened to...
Where's the one?
What happened? So, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, you put out that Conquer game, maybe. Or is that already... That might be already out there.
It is out there.
What's that?
Okay.
Because the Rare Replay version is the 64 version, but if you want Live and Reloaded, you can get that separately.
All right.
What was that thing? Project Spark. It is out there. You can
that got shut down, dude. They pulled the servers on that.
Never mind.
Then we heard the 360 backwards compatibility titles.
Oh, sorry. I would want backwards compatibility for Silent Hill 4 The Room.
Ooh, nice. Good answer. Oh, shit. There's Konami tomorrow. I fucking forgot.
When's Konami?
5:30 p.m.
Oh.
Last minute special announcement.
5:30 p.m. here?
Yeah.
I'll be able to see it.
I forgot. Motherfuckers. Okay. Anyway, 360 backwards compatibility. Asura's Wrath, Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, Enchanted Arms, Far Cry Classic, Far Cry Instinct Predator, Infinite Discovery, Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official movie of the game where you can get 1,000 gamer tag points in a click of a button, Prince of Persia, Forgotten Sands, Skate, someone remembered, Star Ocean, Super Puzzle Fighter Turbo, The Syndicate, Unreal Tournament 3, and 2 Human, which didn't expect 2 Human.
Wait, what? You could get 1,000 gamer points? I did not know this.
Yeah, it's just a launch title.
What did you have to do for that? Did you just have to...
I never played it.
I remember there were people I knew who played that, and the...
You probably just have to beat the game, probably.
And I think it's pretty quick to do.
Because the movie tie-in game of TMNT, the CG one, that's all you have to do. Any difficulty, just go through the levels, and you get easy 1,000.
Yeah, this was easy 1,000, and then I remember Avatar: The Last Airbender. You literally just
the movie version, yeah.
There was no. It's an animated version, not the one that. Because
there's a movie game, right?
Maybe that's the one it was.
Because that was just called The Last Airbender.
This was definitely like a cartoon version.
Oh, okay, then yeah, that's probably just.
But it wasn't the platinum one. They did like Legend of Korra.
Yeah,
right. Not that one. The actual like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you would jump in. You'd hit B 5 times, and you had 1,000 achievement points.
What?
Yeah, I remember friends of mine in high school grabbing that.
Huh.
Yeah. So there's that, and then Xbox One X enhancements coming to Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, cameo elements of Power, Perfect Dark, and Perfect Dark Zero.
Interesting. All Rare games.
Yeah. And Rare was seemingly absent from everything except for the Inside Xbox they came out and
Did
talked
Viva
about.
Pinata get...
Yeah, wait, those aren't listed in here.
They definitely mentioned them, though.
I was like reading it. It says 8 Rare Classics, and then they list all those, and it's only 6 games. But yeah, both Viva Pinatas are.
Yeah.
All right.
It says finally 8 Rare Classics have received the Xbox One X enhanced treatment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then 2 Viva Pinatas. Okay. And then update to gamer tags. So gamer tags, this rumor kind of dropped right before E3, but gamer tags are going to get a Discord style upgrade where if you like your gamer tag, great, keep it, nothing changes. If you wish that you could be Little Bong Boy 420, you can change that now. However, if you like, obviously Matt is already Little Bong Boy 420, but if you want to be like Matt, you can be. You'll just have hashtag
like a suffix
0069 at the end of it. Exactly.
Here's the thing: is that part hidden? Like, is that just a background thing? Like, so, like, you know, kind of like you just have like a nickname, kind of like Steam. Like you have a nickname for your thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering, because I don't want the numbers at the end to be shown to everybody.
It just says if someone else has selected the same gamer tag, you'll be assigned a 3 to 4 digit ID suffix separate.
Which is funny because they
separate
already
you from those.
Because that was already like a suggestion when you can't have that name. They're like, oh, you can have these numbers at the end,
right,
if you want that. And I'm like, no.
The big thing I think that they were doing this for is because I really think that next generation is going to be a push to get into different markets.
No, I mean, it makes sense.
And the first thing they led with this was not so that we can all be Little Bong Boy. It's so that you can use now over 200 languages to put into your gamer tag.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. So there's Inside Xbox.
I looked up the Peter Jackson's King Kong thing. It's because you can turn on cheese and it doesn't affect the achievements.
That's what okay.
Oh.
I knew there was something. Then to bring us to the end of the night, Square Enix E3 2019 started off with, the conference started off with Final Fantasy VII, but let's start off here with what were the highlights? Matt, let's start with you again. If it's Final Fantasy VII, it's fine.
Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah. Mark?
I agree with that, but just other things that weren't as strong, but I just found nice was definitely it was nice to see Crystal Chronicles again.
Yeah, I forgot that they had announced that that was going to be remastered. So.
Yeah, like I don't know how much of that I'm really going to play, like just realistically, but it's cool to see that again. It's nice to see that's also coming to mobile. I think that was new.
Yeah, I don't remember them announcing it for mobile before, but that's cool.
Dragon Quest Builders 2 seems still okay.
Yeah.
Saw
story and gameplay stuff for that. Demo out on the 27th.
Trying to remember.
So, I mean, Battalion 1944 was there, but, like, I've seen that game in action before.
Yeah.
I never played it, but I've seen it played. It's a very tight World War II shooter.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's out there. I could play it right now if I really wanted to.
I thought Shadowbringers... Well, I think the logo for Shadowbringers in Final Fantasy XIV looked really cool. If that game came to Switch, I'd play it. I might fucking reinstall it tonight. I don't know.
Oninaka seems kind of interesting.
I'm into Oninaka. That looks super dope. Outriders seemed kind of cool. That people can fly game. I liked Bulletstorm a lot when it originally came out. I don't really care for it now that Gearbox has fucking tainted it. But I think Outriders looks cool. I mean, got Mark's checkbox for E3 2019 3-player co-op experience. But it was drop in, drop out. You can play single, double, or triple. It's been a long day.
Yeah. 7 definitely.
7's the one. All right, well, let's do this real quick. Let's just say Final Fantasy VIII being remastered in 2019. Ben. Thank you, Ben. You made it happen. If you can just wish for Parasite Eve, because we did not see everyone in the theater spontaneously combust this evening, although we expected it.
They have the best transition game. Usually Bethesda has the best little thing on screen to transition from game to game.
I really like the little
and the portraits were really good.
Best transition was Ghostwire Tokyo. The way the scenes would transition within that trailer.
Oh, in the trailer itself. Yeah.
Sorry, but no. I do like the picture frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the smoke went away and it was like black for the perfect amount of time.
Yeah, it's like, what are they gonna do?
Is it gonna be Parasite Eve?
What are they gonna do?
I felt that you breathing down our neck. Parasite Eve?
Because now you want it too.
Why not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I knew it was gonna come. I was just not trying to.
Look, I smelled it. I smelled it a week ago. Just because it didn't happen tonight doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. Yoko Taro's making that game.
The Square Music thing is cool.
Yeah,
I'm pumped about that.
I saw it come out on Twitter that it was available on Spotify, and I was like, all right, well, let me know when it's Apple Music. And then I missed it, but when it dropped tonight, I immediately grabbed it and I texted Sandeep, and he was like, yeah, I saw this yesterday. He was like, it was funny. He was like, I was listening to the soundtrack to 8 on my drive to work. And then he was texting me all these piano covers that were also on there. He's like, I got really into this. Meanwhile, we're watching everything. And I was like, oh shit. Cause 8's his favorite. And I was like, well, took the picture of that, sent it to him. And he was like, it took him a minute to process. As soon as they said coming 2019, you could see him. Yeah.
Like, cause I remember that being significantly a tough time with Spotify way back. Cause like, Final Fantasy VI for me, that intro, when you're in the mechs just walking during the intro credits, I would actually listen to that if I was walking somewhere in the snow with like an iPod or something, and I had to rip the track.
Yeah.
But with Spotify, you never had it. So I had to rely on covers. I'm like, well, which cover sounds the best? And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
so now it's just there. So awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely listening to that desolate theme in Final Fantasy VII where you just like walk into like a bad place. It's like doom.
Yeah.
Doom, doom, doom.
That's how you're gonna wake up in the morning now.
Why not? Yeah, just everything's a bad day.
Now,
Speaking
I was gonna say
if bad days.
Yeah,
A-Day.
No, keep going.
I was just gonna say now if we can only set music tracks to be ringtones.
There might be a way to figure that out.
I think there's ways.
Yeah.
I mean, like through like Spotify and stuff, and like whatever streaming service you have. Like, hey, you can.
Yeah.
Instead of having to pay for it.
I'm sure there are ways.
So I, as a host of a show who understands how good flow works, am going to do what Square Enix did not do. And we're going to talk about Avengers now.
First.
And close out with Final Fantasy VII.
To put everyone in a good mood.
Yo, Avengers looks like shit.
Look generic.
I could give a fuck about that game. Going into this, I barely gave a fuck, but I was ready to give a fuck, and this did nothing to give me any fucks.
I'll I'll keep an eye from a distance because I'm curious on how this goes. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be a lurker. I'll spectate.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
about,
I mean,
like,
I'm obviously gonna follow this game.
I'm
Because
curious
got another
about
year to follow it.
Ant-Man stuff. I can see them doing like a Fantastic Four pack in the future. I can see where they could go with it. So I just want to see where it goes. Because right now it's a very bland.
Also, see
start
this game getting delayed until next fall.
For sure. Yep. Something would happen.
It just.
They kept saying like gameplay trailer, and then they showed a story snippet of Tony Stark and Bruce Banner
Troy
talking
Baker,
about A-Day,
Nolan North,
and then they cut to this couch bullshit of like, oh, I'm fucking Bruce Banner.
I'm Troy Baker. I have a hat with a feather in it.
Nathan Drake is Tony Stark.
I mean, kudos for them for having jobs, but at the same time, it's like. It doesn't do anything for me. Like there's no effect for me from that.
No.
Yeah. At this point, saying Troy Baker or Nolan North in a game, like it doesn't, because they're in everything. They're fucking everything.
Like Death Stranding is different.
They're even in God of War, barely.
See, but Death Stranding was cool. Yeah, like I didn't mind that Troy Baker was there. I was kind of like,
because what you minded is happy in there.
Well, because like also, but that character and that personality that he's going in with it seems more enticing to me than Bruce Banner, when it's like it doesn't feel like Bruce Banner. It looks like Bruce Banner,
right?
But like
now I'm like, oh, it's Troy Baker.
It's just a
and it's actually all 5 of them. Well, I didn't know the guy who played Captain America. I don't recognize his face, but the other 4, I've recognized from everything. Like they've been in so many different things, and they're all good, and I like them as actors, but I think we're just exposed to so much of it, and we're just aware of it. Like we know who these people are. We do research, so like to our ears and eyes, it's like beating a dead horse, because a lot of it does sound the same. A lot of their characters, like show me a clip. Like I'll play a clip from like Deadpool, and I'll play a clip from Avengers. Will you know the difference? I'll play a clip from Uncharted. Right. Would you like? I guess I expect more voice changing in tone. Not just your regular voice. Sure.
You use a voice module like Watch Dogs.
This is probably gonna. I already know that this is gonna maybe not cut you guys, but cut something in half. But the original Avengers movie in 2012, I walked out of that just like bored out of my fucking mind. It was just super like, okay, you did it, but there was nothing. It felt so clean, and this is what I felt about this. It was just kind of like, what do we have to do to get all of these on screen at once? Like it just felt like. I don't mean this to sound like dismissive, because obviously making a game is not the bare minimum, but this felt like the bare minimum of what you'd have to do to make an Avengers game, and it was just like, and they kept emphasizing like the how cool it was that this is an original story that hasn't been done before, and it's like, yeah, but it seems like it just is the same story.
It looks like they took different notes from different things, just meshed them together, and so therefore it is like an original thing. But they also didn't show too much either. But like the fact that like, okay, superheroes, what they did trying to protect the city, it also kind of affected the city, and now everyone's worried about people with powers. Like that concept has been touched time and time again.
To play devil's advocate, though, I feel like you have to just keep saying original story, though, because you're gonna have these schmucks out there that are like,
this is just Civil War. This is just Secret Wars. This is just
And that's kind of the advantage that if we do get a Justice League game, we're not gonna have to worry about, because no one gave a fuck about the Justice League movie. So
well, but at the same time, the bigger thing is the comics, right? Like you could. Depending on how this story was, like, and that's you see that's the funny thing that we saw. Now we're getting into the game territory, but when the movie started with Iron Man and all of that, that was the thing you'd hear from comic book fans, because when all those Marvel movies were starting up, I was working in a comic shop, and that's what you would hear all the time. Was like, well, they're doing this, but they're not doing this, and why aren't they doing this? And if that means if they do this, they need this character, but they can't do that because Fox owns. It was all that fucked up stupid stuff.
Yeah. But like, even though they say all that, I'm still feeling like it's not much. Like you still have you still have us here saying the exact opposite of what they want people to say or think.
Yeah, I just don't
like. It looks like they took it out from Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
where like shit fell, something happened, they blame heroes for it, and now it's like,
which is fine. Like that's
That's it. Other than that, all of it does seem
to get the foot in the door. Like that's kind of all you need to do to
and
get
it seems
a
like you got this catalyst
going.
to create Civil War.
Another Golden Gate Bridge going to get destroyed.
But like I feel like Injustice had a cooler fucking story. Like
I seriously thought it was a Full House game.
Yeah, you did. You were like, oh my god, Uncle Joey. It just seemed bland. It seemed like vanilla fucking ice cream. It was just.
I think character design wise though, I think they look okay. I mean, it might, let it be bland, fine. But like, I mean, I guess just compared to the movies, I like the designs of these characters
I mean,
more.
you straight off the beaten path so much, right? Like like Bruce Banner kind of has to look like Bruce Banner at the end of the day. I mean, I agree. Like they look different enough from the movie.
The way that like you don't have Robert Downey Jr.'s face.
It's definitely a lot younger, which I like.
But it's also, I don't know. Like, I know this is me being on that side of the fence, but like the Batman when Arkham Asylum first came out, and like seeing how they realized that world into their own vision. Like there was a clear art direction. Like Poison Ivy didn't necessarily look or feel like Poison. She did. You knew it was Poison Ivy. There was an identity there that was real, but it wasn't pulled straight from. This still feels like, how can we make what is super popular around the world, the Avengers, and put it into a video? It all just seems.
Was there a shift between Asylum and City, or City and Night?
The marketing shifted significantly
because like costume-wise, everything looked way different.
Well, yeah, you had all those.
But by the time I got to Night, it felt very Nolan-ish. But in the beginning, it felt very comic bookish.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
He always had the long ears, super long ears. But then
they look like they got shorter over time.
I think they did, but you also they
But you also have a million costumes,
and you had all the costumes. Yeah,
that really doesn't matter.
But even the villain design just always looked like.
Oh well, yeah. It's hard to compete with Batman's Rogue Gallery or Spider-Man's.
Yeah.
Avengers doesn't really have that.
But I remember feeling walking into Arkham Asylum when that was first announced, like that I didn't like the way it looked. Like it didn't feel like my Batman. Mm-hmm. And looking back on it, like I'm happy they did that because it challenged what I expect and whatever. And this is like, you did it. Okay, you made a Captain America.
Why not even compare this to Insomniac Spider-Man?
Well, and that's kind of where I was at. I like kept waiting on Spider-Man to swing in. I was like, oh, it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna do it because they've got the other game. And like, and that game looks so much more like that Spider-Man game is so much more interesting. Like they set it in the real world of New York City, where this is in San Francisco, but like that New York just feels. I don't know.
I mean, not just like a city, but like just capturing the atmosphere of that hero's world. Like
it fit. Like everything felt like it. This felt like
this could have been any setting with just heroes in it. It doesn't feel like a city that Avengers would be tied with personally or something. Which I guess they don't really have one because whatever. I mean, it's West Coast Avengers, so I guess it's more LA.
And even
based.
the trailer, one of the dumb snippet trailers they showed, like Iron Man was out in the world, or he was in outer space, right? You saw Earth in the background.
So. So I mean, I guess they're just all about like the world, but like at least Spider-Man, you have your part of the city. What was it? Not Brooklyn.
You're in Midtown. You're in Manhattan mostly.
Midtown.
Yeah. And you're bouncing between Mid and Up.
Like Daredevil, you have Hell's Kitchen. You know what I mean? Like you have those specific areas.
And even Daredevil got a little shout out in Spider-Man.
Okay, so here, what was good? What I think was good is you can play up to 4 players online. New content that will continue to be added to the game for years.
And for free.
Yeah.
Every new hero and every new region is free. What I didn't like is PlayStation 4 content. I'm just so fucking over this dumb console. It's fine. I mean,
you're gonna keep doing it.
I know.
I guess Sony and Crystal Dynamics just go way back.
Yeah, but also they made that fucking Tomb Raider game.
I was gonna say Tomb Raider was exclusive for a year.
Wasn't Crystal Soul Reaver?
Yeah. I'm just saying that
they just probably have a good friendship.
They flip-flopped, yeah.
Yes. It's just.
I mean, it's probably not the main part, but I'm sure it plays a part.
But that seems like that's where you'll get the beta first, and I don't know this.
Oh yeah, timed.
And I wonder, had they shown gameplay
I think we needed a gameplay trailer.
If they had shown a dude on stage with a controller, if they had done for this game what that dude did for Final Fantasy VII, we would not be talking like this. We might say, "Oh, that looked generic and kind of whatever," but at least playing as Iron Man looked cool.
I think if you flipped it, you led the conference with that. The other stuff will make you forget about.
Yeah, 1,000%. So let's forget about Avengers. Let's talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Matt's Game of Show. You want to talk about Game of Shows
already?
Game of
Show?
Game of Show.
Wow. I don't know where I'm at. I didn't think about that yet. We didn't get Patapon 4 yet, so I can't say.
I mean, I was not there to play the games from afar.
Yeah.
It's like the one game I feel like I've gotten that I knew was coming that I've gotten more excited about after seeing it at E3. And when we see it tomorrow coming to Switch, I'm gonna get real excited. No, seriously, they did that presentation perfectly.
Yeah, like that was.
I don't know
well
how
paced.
often I say that, but it was perfect.
It was I got nothing bad to say
What
about.
we knew already, seeing that little trailer at State of Play, about a month ago?
Yeah.
Saying it was coming in June, and then we saw the next, what I like to say, like, every time I want to see, like, the next step. We saw the next step, and maybe even a little bit more.
It was good.
I know how the game plays.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know what the
the
direction
meters are.
Yep.
They even showed you what you wanted. That boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and I saw the quips between it. I see how they like. What was great about that boss fight in the original game is it kind of taught you, like, bosses have weaknesses, and don't be afraid to use your magic when it feels necessary or whatever. Like, this motherfucker is going to the wall, and Cloud saying, "Barrett, it's your time," because he's the long range guy.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to Final Fantasy X with Waka and the fucking Blitzball. So like,
It's cool.
Real good. I'm happy.
Yeah, it looked solid.
That's good. You're not usually happy.
I know. Usually not. No.
Yeah, jump around the party really quickly. Hit up on the D-pad. It seems
So much nice attention to detail.
Yeah.
Like I was showing Matt earlier. Like just from what we saw in
the
2015 compared to now. Like Barrett's clothing, for example. Like there was so much detail on his vest. You probably wouldn't notice from watching this tonight. But if you compare it to what they saw in 2015, it's so much. Like, it's crazy.
When you look at it super up close, like the stitching on his jacket,
seeing the materia and in the weapons, like
that was a cool. And you picked that up before they made mention of it. But you're like, oh, look at that! You can
it's
see
in the sword.
Yeah,
like that's cool.
It's really neat. Tifa, everyone seemed to like Tifa.
I don't know what the big deal is about not seeing Tifa. I don't know, like whatever.
I guess because when we saw the State of Play thing, we were like, all right, well, where's Tifa? Because I think
it's just because it's been so long. That's all. It was just a time thing. They keep showing Cloud, Barrett, Avalanche, and a bit of Aerith here and there, but they don't show
we saw
Tifa at all.
Full ass reveal of Sephiroth.
Yeah, we did
too. So
I can't wait to see like Yuffie and Sid and Vincent. Like that'll be pretty cool to look at.
See, that's the cool thing about Final Fantasy VII. I don't even know who you're talking about in context of that game because I've not gotten that.
Oh, Vincent's your guy.
My only concern.
That's your guy.
He's goth as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
You're saying he plays as Edgar Allan Poe in Mortal Kombat 11?
He's your Alucard.
All right.
Oh, Vincent is the fucker with the gun and the red jacket, right? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shadow the Hedgehog as a vampire.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's your character. My only concern, and I say this with knowing, like, the combat system seems to be the next step from Final Fantasy 15.
Mm-hmm.
Except let's just switch between characters, which I don't think you could do in 15, right?
What's that?
You kind of commanded the characters in 15.
You commanded them, but you couldn't switch and become them, right?
I think later it may have been patched in that you could jump around, or in some of those like episode promptos or whatever the fuck. Maybe, but I think in the
was that game meant to be multiplayer at any point?
Who knows?
Because that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was just like a combo thing. You did special attacks, and they would join in with you, and it would switch to them, but you wouldn't be them. You would just see it. From them.
You were always playing as Noctis. This, you seem like you are in control.
It was just QTE events or something.
My concern is it's just a one-button masher. Like, you're hitting one button for a long time, and then your ATB meter fills up, and then, like, all right, you cast, and then you're back to mashing square a lot.
Yeah.
Which, whenever I see that Leviathan fight from 15, it seemed like just a fucking lot of mashing one button.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, my concern is it kind of goes into that territory, but minor concern, everything else looked awesome.
You know what?
Yeah.
Game looks great.
I can see them, like, kind of punishing you for that later in the game when it's, like, enemies have counters or certain attacks that you just can't do that.
And that's what Sekiro does so well. Like, if you mash fucking block, like, they won't, like, you'll block, but they won't give you the counter.
Like with
you
this,
have to be careful with how much you're mashing it.
Like with this, you'll probably have to see tells and wait to see when they're open to like attack them or something. Kind of like with that boss fight, like with the tail, like
wait
fucking
for
look out,
get
behind debris, you know, like.
So, confirmed tonight that the game is a retelling of the portion of Midgar, and they've made it its own game, just the Midgar portion of the game.
Okay.
Takes up 2 Blu-ray discs, which leads me to the question: how many gigabytes is this download?
More or less than Quantum Break.
I'm thinking it's about Quantum Break size, about 99, 100 gigs.
Wait, I thought they were saying Are they saying the Midgar portion was 2 discs, or I thought they were
Or is
saying
it
the
the game
retelling?
total?
Yeah.
2 discs.
I thought it was that let me pull the press release.
The latter makes more sense, but
I'm gonna say 2 Blu-ray discs just for Midgar. Like, how fucking detailed is everything here?
I mean, it could be pretty as detailed. I don't know.
Okay, so Final Fantasy VII Remake is a reimagining of the iconic original game that redefined the RPG genre, diving deeper into the world and its characters than ever before. The first game in this project will be set in the eclectic city of Midgar and presents a fully standalone gaming experience that provides a great starting point to the series. So, first game in the project will be set in the eclectic city of Midgar. Fully standalone gaming experience. Yeah.
Do we have any PS4 games that are out or Xbox, or it's like, hey, put in disc 2?
No.
Or is it just all at once, like, hey, install these?
A lot of it's installing nowadays.
But, like, I don't know any that are 2 discs.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Like, 360 was the last to do that.
I feel like there may have been.
I always think back to PS3 and Metal Gear Solid 4 when you go back. It's Chapter 4 when you go by the Shadow of Moses, and you go to the spot where you switch disc in the first game, and Otacon jokes around like, "Oh, Snake, it's time for you to switch disc," and Snake's like, "What are you talking about?" And Otacon's like, "Oh, right, we're on a Blu-ray disc. There's so much room on these, you don't need a switch disc anymore." It's that fucking Hideo Kojima moment. It's like,
Yeah.
you motherfucker.
Because, like, Lost Odyssey for 360 was, like, 3 or 4 discs. Blue Dragon for 360 was a
Gran
couple discs.
Turismo, I think, at some point was the double disc.
Oh, shit, was it?
I think 2 was.
Damn.
I think.
Yeah, like, I don't, like...
I know the first game had a double case, but it was like 2 books or something like that. It was weird.
If anything, yeah, I can just see it being like, all right, you took out, and this one's installed disc 2. Like, okay, just like a PC game. Let's do it all at once.
Yeah,
Especially we're in a state of installing, downloading, everything.
So, while Joe's looking for whatever, I'm going to pose this question and think about it. What we saw from the Avengers and what we saw from Final Fantasy VII Remake, those games are technically only, 3 or 4 months apart from one another? Mm-hmm. Think of how good of a condition Final Fantasy VII Remake looks, how much of a finished product that does, and it could be just that chunk, whatever. I could be getting fooled here. But then look at the Avengers, and that's coming out 4 months after that. That does not look ready.
No, you're right. The biggest tell with anything when it comes to a presentation, if they show you behind the scenes stuff before anything, they're not ready. You don't need to show me a voice cast. You don't need to show me how something is being made. You don't need, it's cool.
You know what Avengers reminded me of? Anthem.
Yeah.
Just
I can't even disagree with that.
Just like, oh wow, kind of that's.
I mean, Iron Man's in both of them.
Yeah. I can't find clarification on that, like double disc, whatever. But I believe that.
All right. Well,
I think what was said is that this game is the Midgar portion of that thing. They fleshed it out into its own full story that spans the,
How many Switch cartridges is this?
Right, like where the fuck do you? All right,
it's gonna happen. They're gonna make that mega one. It's gonna be red.
You have to combine 4 Switches together to play it as one big.
Oh my god, that's how you do. Or it'd be the first game you stream. No, this is how you do it. You bring 3 Switches together, and that's your party, and that's the only way you can play this game.
You can only load your portion of the level.
All right, maybe I fucked up a prediction. All right, but I'm 0 for 10 already, so whatever. God, just let me have my dream for the next hour.
How many PS1 discs will this be?
18,000.
I'm okay with that. Change disc every 2 hours.
How many memory cards will it take?
Oh man.
8 megabytes per.
PS1 or PS2 memory cards?
We'll give them a handicap. PS2.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, looks really good.
I'm real about it.
Happy it's finally happening.
I want to see how to handle my horror moment in that game in Shinra Headquarters with Genova.
Yeah.
Fucking seems terrified. I hate playing that. I gotta play it on my Switch.
I'm
being Final Fantasy VII for this game comes out. I know my date now. Just like I know my date for my graphics card, I know my date before 7.
Looking in that little window.
I guess technically all I need to do is beat Midgar. which isn't hard. It's only a couple hours in, a few hours.
Yeah.
I need to see Cloud in the dress.
That will be in the first game.
That'd be so funny.
Sorry, I'm getting wrapped into Avengers shit again. And I just don't.
Shinra, I forget the order of things. Oh no, he cross-dresses early.
Mm-hmm.
It's before the Shinra headquarters raid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you got Aerith, and then you meet up with Tifa, and then you're like, oh, you got to get before you talk to one of his members, you have to go through here and go to the brothel.
What if they just like instead of just putting it in, just expanded upon it? They made it even more complicated and more different customization. Like they just lean into the whole scene.
Yeah,
just like a QTE of avoiding Dawn.
That section, there's so much customization you can do. That's one Blu-ray disc of the two.
Yeah, you actually get to make your own dress and hairstyle.
It's
gonna look like lightning.
Instead of having to switch to switch to the disc and just be on that for the rest of the game, you have to switch back to the regular game after the cross section or the dress up part.
That'd be great. Yeah, it looks beautiful. They seem to really capture the characters, give them a voice, like not literally, but you know what I mean. It'd be interesting to see all that, but with the funnier, smaller.
Yeah, and they got the quips and. It's still weird to see them like voice cast it. I know there's been a movie and all these other games that's had it, but I just
because like you don't even hear it much in Smash. You don't even hear Cloud that really.
No, not really. And I don't know. Like, show me something better as E3, or give me a better presentation of a game this E3
tomorrow.
Hopefully,
I don't care about Animal Crossing, so.
I mean, I didn't say Animal Crossing. I just said just tomorrow. Luigi's Mansion.
And no, a logo for Mother 3 out today does not count.
Nah, it's not.
You saying it's not coming? Are you finally giving up on it? Are you giving up on it because he gave up Phantasy Star and that's what made it come?
No, Reggie Free means Mother 3.
Right.
But I don't know. That Avengers thing just took the fucking wind out of my sails, man.
It's alright.
There's no Terminator, you know?
Is that the problem?
Yeah.
That was your main problem?
Should have done it. Come on, guys.
Alright, fun question.
Yeah.
Of all the Nintendo properties, which one does Terminator appear on tomorrow?
Well, Jeff Gershman said Animal Crossing, but so I can't say that one.
It's a fitting answer, though.
Out of all the ones tomorrow, does that have to be first party Nintendo?
He's a Mario Maker character.
He's a Smash Brothers. He's the new fighter. They couldn't get Joanna Dark because there wasn't a Perfect Dark game announced this year, as I predicted. Turns out my prediction got delayed till next year. Sorry, guys.
So am mine.
But yeah,
including remake on Switch.
Terminator's going to be in Link's Awakening, but only post game, because by the end of Link's Awakening, you wake up and turns out you're actually in 20XX or whatever.
All right, I'm done with that.
No, I know how it comes to Switch. Nintendo co-publishes on Switch, and they gave it to Nintendo's what's that called when you make a file smaller?
Oh, we talking about Final Fantasy
Optimization?
Optimization. They give it to Nintendo's optimization team to make that thing 2 gigs.
Yeah, Pocket Edition.
Yo.
Dude, Nintendo can do it. They've worked some real magic on that thing with their
first
first party.
I know.
It's gonna be cloud streaming only.
I was there when fucking...
I didn't say how it got there. I'm saying it would be on Switch.
I was there when 3D Land was like fucking 100 megs. I was there. They ain't fitting that game into 2 gigs.
Optimization, baby.
They're
gonna take it to Pied Piper.
Fucking picture of Tifa that I'm using for the goddamn art for this episode was almost 2 gigs. You're not getting the goddamn...
Because it was only in a TIFF file.
Oh, goddamn, I'm done. We're done. Pack it in.
I needed one.
Man, how you feeling about E3 2019 as we get to the end of
Solid D
day? Solid D. Matt's climbing downhill.
I think
falling downhill. I guess rolling down.
The only thing that's not making it as an F is fucking Final Fantasy for me.
I think a lot of decent games were shown, just they weren't long lasting enough to stay in our brains to like really focus.
There's like no significant gameplay. Like a lot of it's like these in-engine. Like you can't tell if it's
like,
if it's actually gameplay or not, or if it's dropping the UI.
Like the heavy hitters, we expected more from. So I think that's a lot of it versus, and that's right. Like we should, like, I think there's nothing wrong with that. And then like the small like indie games and stuff, like I think they're charming as fuck and they stand out to me, but it's still not like they don't leave an impact because they just And nothing against it. It's just they just don't because what we're focusing on is just completely different.
And I could see it. I mean, if the three of us made a game and we went to E3 last year not showing our game and we were wandering around the show floor going like, man, this thing's kind of getting weird. And this year we're getting ready for E3. We're like, all right, what are we going to spend the next 6 weeks doing? Should we put together a big gameplay thing for E3? And it's like, yo, fuck that. They're not even going to, let's put the trailer out. We'll talk a little bit about it. We'll do our own stream on fucking Twitch next week. Like that seems like the, Mixer.
Yeah.
Mixer.
Like I still like that deer game.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, yeah. Like you're the deer with the light up antlers, and you're guiding your little baby deer throughout like the Tokyo jungle looking.
Yeah. Not Tokyo Jungle.
Yeah. Like,
oh yeah.
Is that Bethesda? No,
no, that was during Xbox. Yeah. It was just some indie game, but like I mean I can't. It was like Away something. I feel bad for not remembering the title right now, but I just don't know. Like I thought that was cool. Like that still stands out to me personally.
I mean, I was saying it during the Square conference. The fact that it was like JRPG after JRPG, it just everything blends together. And if you if you gave me one of those match puzzles where like you give me a picture or a screenshot or even like a little video snippet and the names of all those games, I could not match them. And everything just blended together.
And somebody could probably make the same argument for Ubisoft. Which is like you could just give me a person with a gun and like some type of low grade military grade outfit, and it's like you put Tom Clancy and then random words next to Walmart gift card.
I don't know if it's like my ignorance with JRPGs, but I could definitely probably do that.
Well, yeah,
that match game.
We probably could, but there's probably somebody. Who's just like, what? Is that Tom Clancy's Just Dance?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
It's just some generic guy with a gun. Oh yeah, that's definitely Rainbow Six. I can tell by his fucking patch on his arm. Like whatever, something stupid.
Right. Oh, the anime eyes on that one is drawn differently than Kira Toriyama's anime eyes. So I knew this one's
Honestly,
Dragon
you
Quest.
showed me a screen of Final Fantasy VIII remastered and Final Fantasy I don't know 9. I don't know.
No, but yeah, it's just like I mean I guess it's just occupational hazard with that genre of game. It's just like
and they're a Japanese publisher. Like, I can't complain too much.
This is what the style looks like. Pretty boys with swords, rugged men with guns, something else. Like
you know what blended? You know what did not blend in, but in a bad way, the Avengers.
Yeah, that was just an odd place. It was just odd all around. I felt like that was something that should have been shown at Sony's thing had they been there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It smells of Anthem. It smells of like they had to put something together, and they were like, Nolan, Troy, call your friends. We need to get you on the couch.
You guys
talk about how you guys are Avengers characters.
You guys like Naughty Dog? Well, guess what? We have 2 of them right here.
We don't know if Joel's in The Last of Us 2, but here's Troy Baker.
And like the I don't know. It's got that like first year game as a service fucking stink to it. Like
because they mentioned like no loot boxes, and it's like you didn't have to. Like that trend was.
It was
like
why would there be?
You know?
Why would there be loot boxes in the game? It was like, oh wait, you guys are doing a 4-player co-op.
Yeah, they didn't say. I mean, you could have said free hero.
They never
packs
talked
and
about
regions,
service game,
but you know what?
But it is a fucking service game. I think this is a fucking Destiny.
Hey, if anything, it makes Ultimate Alliance 3 look so much better.
I forgot about that.
Dude, when we got done that thing, I almost said that to one of you, both of you, but then I don't know, I had to pee or.
And like there was a trailer recently that showed the X-Men, so my boy Nightcrawler's back, and it's just like, all right, I'm in.
I'm just ready to play Spider-Gwen. I'm just gonna run around, fucking.
Yeah.
That's me shooting webs. You know what I'm saying?
And they'll probably show it again tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, more than likely.
Some would say. Some made that happen.
What?
I'm saying there's games out there where Spider-Gwen is around. I'm going to leave it at that.
Talking about PS4 Spider-Man?
No. Nothing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't want to give it away.
Oh, was there something leaked?
No.
Oh, I don't.
Our own content.
Oh,
there it is.
I knew she came up in the zeitgeist recently.
God damn it.
Stay tuned to the future of the internet here on thefreecheese.com.
Our brains were just not there.
High altitude coming to you. Yeah.
God damn it.
I forgot.
Blame Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah.
So, that's what...
Yeah, for real. All right, I'm gonna go reinstall Final Fantasy 14 on my personal computer.
I'm gonna learn how to play roller derby.
Actually, yeah.
Or no, I'm gonna learn how how the game of roller derby is played and then go play roller champions.
No, you can watch that movie.
I watched that movie, the one with what's her face?
Yeah,
the chick from Beyond Two Souls.
You
Ellen
mean
Page. Ellen Page. That's it.
That episode of King of the Hill.
Oh shit, I'm not there yet.
It's pretty good. Oh yeah. Probably shouldn't play Final Fantasy 14.
No.
Just wait till next year when Fantasy starts out.
Dude, you probably
That's kind of
like
what.
Aspire.
Like, if you want near light combat,
Yeah.
you want Fantasy Star.
I know I want Fantasy Star, Mark.
They
and
have
we're
whips.
getting it.
There's a whip.
I know.
You could be a Saifu.
It's not out yet.
Saifu Belmont. It's
not out
technically
yet.
out. It's not,
Yeah.
you can,
All right, it's not out in the West. Don't give me that shit.
there's a patch.
Yeah, you can make shit happen.
I'd rather just wait.
You just have to update it weekly.
We're,
That's a pain in the
we're
ass.
actually close again.
Yeah.
I wonder if my... Never mind.
PSA for Xbox
yes.
Ultimate, that $1, like if you're already entroped into things, it just fucking carries over. I just paid for Game Pass, and then I was through July for Live, and now for $1 I have Ultimate through August.
Yeah.
So like if you're even thinking about it, I just do it now and just see what it does for you, and then cancel it if you don't like it.
Yeah. I'm down as hell.
Any other weird PSAs out there?
Hold on.
When they say the pre-order double pack, once again, don't pre-order double pack from Amazon. That's already you go.
Right,
For
for
separately. Tomorrow for any mention of Pokemon.
If you're listening to this, oh wait, I'm assuming this goes up before Nintendo.
This is up at
Right
6
before.
a.m. on Tuesday, June 11th.
Not right before.
Have your Switches ready. eShop.
Oh
Turn
yeah.
them on. Shadow drops will happen.
My Switch will live here overnight.
Yeah.
Breaking kayfabe overnight. Yeah, Ubi was very good about hey, we're not going to show you gameplay, but there's something dropping in this game, or there's a demo, so maybe check Uplay.
I think I know
Lives over
what
time.
these shows were missing, and this is why we have such a weird
You just keep
taste in our
this
mouth.
episode. I love it.
There wasn't any bloopers or fuck ups.
Yeah, everything's too clean this year. There's
Yeah.
been no Elijah Wood moments. No,
Yeah, no, like Keanu Reeves might be the closest thing to being off the script.
but it still
But,
felt
yeah,
fine.
It felt great
wasn't-
because
Yeah,
it
it
seemed
felt
like
great,
Keanu
like-
was happy to be there.
Yeah, like there wasn't any like moments that shouldn't have happened, like hear somebody talk off stage or being
Look,
there for too long not saying anything or
Ubisoft went daring when they brought that dog out, because that dog could have did a number of things, and it was good.
I was watching it. I was like, dude, if this was one of my dogs, it would have been in the fucking wall.
That's what I was thinking.
Earl wouldn't have fucking. He would have been like
just
trying
did-
to climb on me, and Oswald would have been out in the middle of the crowd, just like smelling butt and hanging out,
bring his blanket.
eating chicken wings.
It's party time on stage with his
A
blanket.
blanket party. Code Vein looks dope. Also, speaking of vampires,
And then, John Barenthal could have made a pun. It's like, oh, he's excited for Ghost Recon.
and so am I. All right, freecheese.com, Twitter. Some free cheese is what you can follow if you want to follow the website. Mark is at aug_mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. I am at the free cheese. Happy E3 to you and to me and to you and to you. Yeah. Got one more.
Third time's a charm, right?
Yeah. And I said it before. Well, fuck. I don't even know, man.
Third time's a charm. We're just going to
Yeah.
go tomorrow. Third time's a charm.
Nintendo's
You
going
got
to do it.
Konami tomorrow. Come on now.
We're gonna see Dougie B.
Or today, sorry.
Yeah. Dougie B.
Let's see what shirt he's wearing.
Yeah.
It's gonna look cute.
Yeah. I don't know,
Be
man.
a good time.
I don't know.
You're going to see Final Fantasy VII Remake tomorrow on
Uh,
Switch?
I just feel like we already know everything that's coming to Switch this year. I feel like we
Are you
know-
kidding me? The whole time up to E3, you're like, we don't know what's past July. We don't know what's past July
No,
or whatever.
we mostly know that.
What if Luigi's Mansion 3 comes out on Halloween?
It probably will. I feel like we kind of know everything that Nintendo's doing.
You're
I don't want to.
backing up.
I would love to be wrong about that, but it's like Animal Crossing.
Why
Astral
is it
Chain,
that
Luigi's
I'm the one
Mansion.
bringing up all the hopes and dreams over here? Remake's coming to Switch, guys.
I mean, there's still the Smash reveal. We don't know exactly which character.
F-Zero Advance
Joanna Dark.
alongside the hardware they're probably not going to talk about after I realized they said that.
But
But it's all right. I'm not changing my predictions.
No.
Switch
them with
Pocket, Switch Advance. F-Zero Advance alongside of it. I'm not going to go over 3 with that. I'm going to go 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
And I'm not going to go over 4 with... What was the 5th thing? That's the only thing you bank on at this point, right?
I don't even know. Banjo? Who knows?
Oh, I got Crash. I got Crash in my back pocket.
We'll find out.
That's not happening. The mobile game coming out today.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's not happening.
They don't talk about mobile at the Direct. Well, we'll find out soon, and so will you. And then come back tomorrow morning or, when you drive to work, whatever it is. In a post-E3 world, you can hear us yet again after we wrap up. I guess tomorrow's episode will wrap up Nintendo and Konami's special announcement, along with...
I might not be around for Konami.
Along with whatever else happens throughout the day. I guess we'll probably watch some of that Treehouse stuff, because they always do some things. Right?
Sure.
I'll have it on. Or at least on some
It'll be on the
screen.
background, so that when Reggie pulls fucking Mother 3 out of his pocket, well, whatever.
Look, if Reggie's fair game, Jack Trenton's fair game.
I already said Jack's coming to the Coliseum. Last minute, let's put it here. Is Metroid Prime Trilogy out tomorrow?
No.
Yes.
Boom. All right, there you have it. I got $40 set aside, so I'm hoping it is, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I can see that as their... Yeah. Hey, look, we delayed Metroid, but Trilogy to hold you up. Yeah, I can see that.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow, bright and early, with another episode of our E3 specials. Until then, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, listener, for listening. Happy E3.